Ezekiel 38 paints a vivid picture of a future scenario where a coalition of nations, led by a leader known as Gog, will unite to invade Israel. Gog is widely believed to represent a leader of Russia, and he will be joined by countries like Turkey and several Central Asian nations. However, a key detail in this prophecy is the involvement of Saudi Arabia, which is notably absent from the coalition of attackers. Instead, Saudi Arabia will raise an objection to the invasion, a position that stands out given the current and evolving role of Saudi Arabia on the global stage. This prophecy offers a profound insight into the dynamics of global politics, especially in the context of the Middle East. The prophecy in Ezekiel 38:10 suggests that the invasion will happen at a time when Israel is at peace and living securely, without walls, bars, or gates. This peaceful state of Israel seems unimaginable today, as the country is surrounded by fortified borders and has one of the most advanced defense systems in the world. Yet, the prophecy points to a future time when Israel will experience a level of security and peace that will make it vulnerable to external threats. The attacking nations are driven by greed, seeking to plunder Israel's wealth. Ezekiel specifically mentions that they will come to take spoil, plunder, and seize Israel's riches. Israel's wealth is one of the primary motivations behind the attack. Today, Israel is known for its significant advancements in technology, agriculture, and energy. Israel has turned barren deserts into fertile land, making it a global leader in agricultural technologies. Its water management innovations are also years ahead of many nations. Moreover, Israel has discovered enormous natural gas reserves off its Mediterranean coast, positioning itself as a key energy player in the region. Some even speculate that Israel could have one of the largest untapped gold reserves in the world. These valuable resources make Israel an attractive target for nations driven by greed. What makes this prophecy particularly interesting is the role of Saudi Arabia. In Ezekiel 38:13, it is written that nations like Sheba, Dedan, and the merchants of Tarshish, which are often interpreted as Saudi Arabia and its allies, will question the invading nations, asking, "Have you come to take plunder? Have you gathered your army to carry away silver and gold, to take livestock and goods, to make off with great spoil?" This passage highlights Saudi Arabia's opposition to the attack on Israel, signaling that the kingdom will not be part of the alliance of aggressors but will instead speak out against the invasion. This is a crucial detail, especially considering Saudi Arabia's current efforts to reshape its role in the Middle East and on the global stage. In recent years, Saudi Arabia has undergone significant transformation. The kingdom is modernizing its economy, diversifying away from oil dependency, and rethinking its role in regional and global affairs. The leadership under Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has been working on ambitious plans to develop the country, including creating mega projects like the city of Neom and building a new trade route that would connect India to the Mediterranean, bypassing traditional routes like the Suez Canal. These projects aim to shift global trade dynamics and place Saudi Arabia at the center of international commerce. Moreover, Saudi Arabia has been quietly pursuing closer ties with Israel. While Saudi Arabia has not formally normalized relations with Israel, there have been significant back-channel communications. Saudi Arabia recognizes the strategic and economic potential of working with Israel, particularly in the areas of technology, energy, and security. In this context, Saudi Arabia's opposition to the invasion of Israel, as described in Ezekiel 38, aligns with its current diplomatic efforts to promote stability and peace in the region. Saudi Arabia's geopolitical strategy is also shaped by its desire to maintain regional stability. The kingdom has been involved in efforts to resolve the ongoing conflict in Yemen and has worked to build stronger ties with neighboring countries like the UAE, Oman, and Kuwait. At the same time, Saudi Arabia has sought to balance its relationships with Iran, a longtime rival in the region. The 2023 deal brokered by China, which led to a thaw in Saudi-Iran relations, underscores Saudi Arabia's desire to take a more independent stance in its foreign policy, moving away from its reliance on the United States and engaging with a broader range of powers. This shift in Saudi Arabia's foreign policy is particularly evident in its approach to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. While Saudi Arabia has historically supported the Palestinian cause, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has recently expressed frustration with Israel's actions in Gaza, condemning them as genocide and calling for accountability from the international community. This public criticism, however, appears to be part of a broader strategy to navigate the complex political landscape of the Middle East. Some analysts suggest that this rhetoric could be aimed at placating domestic and regional audiences while simultaneously seeking to advance diplomatic efforts with Israel. Ezekiel 38 portrays Saudi Arabia as a nation that, in the face of greed-driven aggression, will choose to stand for peace and diplomacy. This prophetic role aligns with the kingdom's current trajectory toward becoming a more influential and respected leader in the region. Saudi Arabia's actions in the coming years will likely shape the future of the Middle East, and its evolving stance toward Israel and the broader geopolitical dynamics of the region could be key indicators of what lies ahead. Saudi Arabia's role in the prophecy highlights the importance of monitoring its actions. The kingdom's position on issues like the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, its diplomatic relationships, and its economic initiatives are all critical in understanding the future of the Middle East. As the prophecy unfolds, it serves as a reminder that the pursuit of power and resources can drive the actions of nations, but so can the pursuit of peace, stability, and diplomacy. For those who believe in biblical prophecy, Saudi Arabia's evolving role underscores the remarkable way in which the events of today align with the scriptures. In conclusion, the prophecy of Ezekiel 38 provides a fascinating lens through which to view Saudi Arabia's current and future role in the Middle East. Its opposition to the invasion of Israel reflects its aspirations to promote peace and stability, which may eventually shape the region's geopolitical landscape. While the future remains uncertain, the connections between biblical prophecy and contemporary events offer a sense of anticipation and purpose, reminding believers to stay faithful and watchful as God's plan unfolds.